My name's Jody Constantineau. This is my husband Edmund Constantineau and my mother Joanne McGovern. And on just the day before Valentine's Day, we went to take my mother's husband Frank off of our lien. He had passed away, and we found out that there is a writ served against our home. And at that time we called and found out that the writ was with Kia Street. We called Kia Street and they informed us to call the cash flow.
Kia Street, sorry, is a car, a vehicle?
Yeah, it's
Kia?
a car lot.
Okay, and you don't own a Kia?
We don't own a Kia. We've never been on a Kia lot in our life.
Okay.
To none of our knowledge, neither has any of our family been there.
Right.
And so we called them and they had us speak to their collection agency, which was Cash Flow.
Right.
And at that time they told us in no direct terms they did not want to speak to us. They didn't care who we were and told us to speak to our lawyer and have our lawyer follow the proper protocol in dealing with the writ, which meant that we would have to pay for the writ to be removed on our own home, even though that they placed it.
How much does that cost?
We're not sure. We never got an actual quote. We were told by one lawyer it would cost $1,000 to have the writ removed and to sue for cost of removing the writ. The lawyer we seen at the time to have the deed taken off, she did let us know that she would send out a letter for free because she had the Kia Street as the same client. So as far as we know, she may have sent the letter already, but they still refused to take the lien off.
So this is a case of mistaken identity.
Yes.
In a way. There is a gentleman, your last name is Constantineau.
That's right.
And there is a gentleman with the last name of Constantineau that lives in Kemptville that owes money on a Kia car.
The gentleman is deceased.
Oh, he is deceased, that they're looking for. And they have mistaken you with him.
They've mistaken Edmund.
And did you ever get notified about this before they put the writ on your house?
We've never been notified via Street Kia or the collection agency, nor did we get notified from the registrar's office.
Presumably because they were notifying this gentleman, right? The deceased gentleman, and then somehow they came up with your name?
That's right. They did a search through the sheriff's office, through the property registration, to find out if there was any other Constantinos. And they automatically assumed that Edmund has a middle name of Joseph, which is the gentleman's middle name they're looking for. And once they assumed that
they were
Edmund,
related.
Yes, that they were related, and there's property from that gentleman either in our home or our home itself. So Edmund has called the Kia Street as well, and we've tried speaking with the general manager, Rob Street, and he's told me and my husband that we should just seek out a lawyer. That's what his gentleman told him at Cash Flow Recoveries, to see a lawyer. And no matter how much we've tried to produce identification, we've offered to come down and meet with them in person, show them our identification, they want no part of it. They've just repeatedly told us to see our lawyer, have our lawyer deal with it, follow the proper protocol.
And the problem with this is, of course, is that a lawyer is going to cost money.
That's right, and it's more the point. You know, if we were selling our house, we would have immediately dealt with it and paid the lawyer with no questions asked.
Right.
You know, it's a few $100s in the grand scheme of things, but fortunately we're just changing a name on the deed and it didn't affect it at this point. So we're trying through other courses to get them to remove the lien at their own trouble, their own expense.
Right.
And so far we're not having much success.
Yeah, from our point of view, they made the error, they made the mistake, and we basically pleaded with them to correct the error, to correct the mistake, and essentially they're asking us to go through the court system to hire a lawyer to do just that. So in spite of my pleas, it's not, it hasn't worked, and it's awfully frustrating.